Yo yo, this is Dylan from Local Injection Music Reviews, and today I'm reviewing the debut album Love Language by Melbourne nu metal quartet and meme lords Windwaker. It's got 12 tracks, 4 of which were singles, and personally I think it's the most original album we've had in the local heavy scene in years. It's got fun grooves with tongue-in-cheek lyrics and a light-hearted take on significant topics with quite a contemporary vocabulary. Kids these days. It has themes of egoism, drug use, and of course, love. And I'd recommend this for fans of bands like Shapes and Fever 333 that combine those punk and hip-hop elements. Going through the album, the opening track, Beautiful, was the lead single. It's got glossy layered vocals over palm-muted riffs and laid beats. It also has a sample of a man defining entertainment at the start, which sort of sets the mood for the whole album. The standout of the song is the stomping groove in the bridge with these double-time screams, very reminiscent of 90s and 2000s nu metal bands like Mudvayne and Slipknot. While it's got a very modern sound, you can definitely tell straight up that these guys are heavily influenced by that era of music. The next song, Lucy, was another single and is about the effects of taking LSD. You're in for a ride. It's got a sung first verse with a screamed second verse, and one of the things you notice pretty quickly is these busy drums throughout the track. The final line of the chorus is, "The world is bigger when I can't see your eyes," so definitely uses good imagery to explain what it's like to be tripping on LSD. Not that I would know. The song Nighthawk is catchy as hell. I often find myself singing that rhythmic melody at work or in the car or in the shower because I just can't get it out of my damn head. It's a danceable track that would be so much fun live. It has anonymous synth with 808 subs and programmed beats, so it uses that traditional metalcore sound peppered with trap stylings. The next song, Dopamine Freestyle, is not actually a freestyle but a chaotic amalgamation of all these different sounds. To put it simply, I'd say it's like battle rap over metalcore breakdowns. Pretty much my jam. I think my neighbors just started mowing. For fuck's sake. Back to the song, it's frontman Will King detailing his emotional abuse of women in a lighthearted way. It's essentially a song about sex. Moving on, we have Me and You, but mostly me. The song mentions 99 Problems in a line, which is a reference to the hip-hop influence. You've got dirty bass with a bright synth melody and these processed vocal effects. And it's about using someone for your own gain who is willing to give it to you, but both knowing it's superficial. The next song, Glow, was another single. It has an electric bass synth with a pounding kick, and the full band comes in for this busy chorus with soaring vocals. The song is about the band's arduous journey to success and all the highs and lows that come with it. It's also a bit of a middle finger to the haters with a line of the chorus, "You came to see me glow, so watch me from below." It's definitely one of the highlights of the album and one of my favorite songs on the record. The next song, Trenches, is probably the band's hardest song to date. You've got low chugs and frenetic riffs over fast drums and tom fills, with these brutal growls and searing screams. This is also probably King's most dynamic performance on the whole record. It seems to be about the frustration of corrupt authorities and a regressive society. Moving on, we have Superstitious Fantasy, which was another single. The opening strum almost sounds like the effect they used to cut to another scene in a Western film. You'll know what I mean when you hear it. You've got this intricate picking and a synth that kind of sounds like a siren in the background. It goes from rapped verses and blast beats with deep growls in the verses to this falsetto chorus. It's all over the place, like Dopamine Freestyle, but with a clearer structure. It's about his wild lifestyle, but that he knows it's a delusion and he's aware that it's not sustainable. Up next is Silver Linings, which is kind of an interlude of a voicemail from a partner saying that they're struggling to find the drive in a relationship. The words that she uses and the way that she says them is a bit strange, and I'm assuming it wasn't scripted. I assume it was a genuine voicemail that they decided to put on the album. It's just really weird. Anyway, moving on, we have the title track, Love Language. This one is a ballad and the most vulnerable song on the record. It's a slow sing-along with reverberant drums and these wailing pads. It's got a really cool intricate guitar solo in a refrain after the first chorus, which really helps to slow the song down while keeping it interesting instead of just going straight into the second verse or leaving the solo to the end of the song. It has powerful, passionate vocals from King, and this feels like it could have been the album closer, particularly with the previous interlude, but it also kind of works as a deep cut in the middle of the album without sort of ending on a slower note. Moving on, we have the song Hide and Seek. This is one of the more serious songs on the album about making peace with yourself and disregarding unwarranted criticism. It discusses running himself into the ground for his art. A particularly powerful line is, "If you're trying to tear me down, maybe you should find yourself." It also has turntable scratching to write out the song, which is very reminiscent of that 2000s nu metal vibe. Finally, we have the album closer, The Rain. It has a lot of electronic elements layered with live instrumentation and quite an impressive modulation in King's vocals in the chorus. Lyrically, it's a good closer for the album because it's kind of like a sobering epiphany of his personal progress. That sounded so fucking academic. Put simply, he admits his insecurities but acknowledges the support of those around him. The best song, in my opinion, is Lucy. And no, not just because it's a song about LSD, while that is fascinating, it's just really cool. This track just ticks all the boxes, you know, you've got electronic elements with the synths and the programmed beats, you've got busy drums with intricate guitar work, and it's just catchy as hell. The best lyric on the album, in my opinion, is "Caught up in defense, you were feeding my identity, powerful intent needs no privilege cause it's meant to be," from Glow. I mean, apart from the meter, the alliteration, and the wordplay, this is just such an insightful line. He's kind of referring to how hate and doubt from others only fuels the fire of ambition. All in all, I would give Love Language by Windwaker 8 out of 10. We've got some diverse styles with clever arrangements and interesting topics. You can tell they have fun with it and don't take themselves too seriously, but they're still great musicians. These guys had a cult following from their EP Empire, and they've just blown up on the international stage with their debut album, and it's truly deserved. So that's it. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I will see you next time for another album review. As always, listen to local music. Peace.